Hello and welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing well. Today I want to show you some of the highlights at the pet show that recently took place in Sydney. If you're not familiar with the pet show, it's basically a 2-day event that showcases anything pet related: dogs, cats, birds, rabbits, and of course fish. I was very lucky to be invited as an exhibitor at the show. Over the 2 days, I did demonstrations and workshops on how to create simple hardscapes using the tissue paper and superglue method. Overall, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to connect with fellow hobbyists and also just show beginners the very fundamentals of aquascaping. After the demonstrations on the stage, we then held Hardscape Workshops at the DJI booth, where people could make their own hardscapes and then take it home. The turnout was absolutely massive, and it was great to see people being able to immerse themselves in a state of creativity and flow. Massive shout out to DJI for creating such great workshops and simply allowing people to take home their hardscapes. It really filled my heart with joy seeing so many people being really fulfilled and really happy to take home their creations. Lastly, they also had some super epic hardscape displays made by aquascaping legends Harry Raziu and Matthew Maines. The composition and the amount of detail that goes into these scapes are crazy, and it's really inspiring for aquascapers like myself as well. I also created a couple of display tanks for my local fish shop, Aquaristic and Auburn Aquarium distributors. They have some really nice products on display and for sale, things like Chihiros lights, regulators, lily pipes, and 2-hour Aquarius goodies. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know that I did a 60cm display for them on a glass cabinet. I was very relieved to have this scape in good shape for the expo, despite only having 2 months. There will be one more video on the scape coming, so stay tuned. On the other side of the booth, I also created 7 hardscape layouts that were for sale, and each of them were very different, and that was to cater for a variety of different people and their needs. My personal favorite was a tree-like scape that I wanted to dedicate to Felipe Oliveira, who passed away this year. Felipe was an aquascaping legend and was known for his famous tree-style aquascapes. I constructed this hardscape where the tree seemingly bows down as a gesture of farewell to him. The other thing that I thought was really cool at the booth was this tank where it had a bunch of beautiful red guppies, but on one side we had just a very standard aquascaping kind of light, and on the other side we had a Chihiros WRGB2, and you can really see the difference in color rendition. Next, I want to show you some highlights from some of the other booths. And first up is this really amazing bonsai hardscape that I saw at Beyond Aquariums. And I also love this Tropica 50th anniversary book that showcased some of the most beautiful aquascapes and plants. Next up was the Oase booth. They had some really nice products and displays, the high lines, the scape lines, and the proven performer, the Oase Biomasters there. They had a series of very nice displays. Some of them were dry hardscapes, and there were others that were flooded with water and fish. All of these were scaped by JAG, and each of them had different styles, which is very unique. The Oase scaper line also caught my eye. Not only was the glass really nice and clear, but the cabinet had a bunch of really cool features. This is my first time seeing it in person. I've seen YouTube videos of it in Europe. Also, the mitered glass edges were super clean. As an architect, I love that stuff. And this one was my personal favorite out of all of Jagscapes. Next up is Newtown Aquarium. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know that I did a store tour of this shop. It's good to see them at the pet show. It's good to see that they've brought some of those beautiful displays to the show, and you can definitely see the evolution and the tanks getting more and more mature. Alright, this is the last stop at Auburn Aquarium. They by far have the best booth design out of everyone. Super nice structures and real good vibe. They built this epic 5-foot paludarium that had like a waterfall, water trickling down from the wood, indoor plants hanging from the top, and then some aquatic epiphyte plants down in the bottom, and some really beautiful white cloud mountain minnows. And that's going to be a wrap for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.